All right, guys, here we are solving equations with parentheses in Khan Academy. This is a support video. I'm just going to go ahead and do that every time. I'm going to go ahead and just do 4 problems with you guys and show you how I'm going about it. This thing's blocking my view. It's all right. I'll just do this. Khan Academy. All right. Equations with parentheses. Let's go. All right, so hopefully by now you got the idea of balancing the equations like down pretty well. The main challenge here is going to be the idea of the distributive property. We have these parentheses, right? And we have expressions inside of them and stuff. Things on the outside, and we need to distribute what's on the outside. I'm going to work on, just using what's here already. So on this first piece here, let's just kind of forget about the left and the right side of the equation. Forget about the entire thing. Let's just focus on one side right now. Focus on the left-hand side of this equation. We have a 6 outside parentheses, and then inside the parentheses, we have this expression here, negative 2g minus 1. I'm going to distribute the 6, and I know you've been working on this probably since like 6th grade. Distribute the 6 as multiplication, right? It's 6 times these things. 6 times negative 2g, that's negative 12g. 6 times negative 1, that's negative 6. On the other side, we're going to distribute a negative. And if you're like, well, distribute a negative, what does that mean? It's a negative 1 that's being distributed. So negative 1 times 13 is negative, equals negative 13g. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. So now we have negative 12g minus 6 equals negative 13g minus 2. And now it's back to the same game as the previous skill in Khan Academy. So now we have basically variables on both sides, and we're just balancing the equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 13g to both sides to get rid of it on this side. Negative 12g plus 13g is positive 1g. So 1g is g. Bring down the minus 6 equals, bring down the negative 2. This is gone now because I did the inverse operation. We have g minus 6 equals negative 2. I'm going to add 6 to both sides to get rid of the negative 6, do the inverse operation, and g is equal to negative 2 plus 6 is 4. So g is equal to 4. Next question. All right, I like this one. It's different, and it may provide some different challenges. Look at the equation and ask yourself, like, what exactly am I distributing? Am I distributing 3 minus 2? Am I distributing 2? Or am I distributing the minus 2? And this is where I can see a lot of students getting confused and struggling on these in the past. You're distributing the 2 and the negative sign that comes with it. Whatever sign's in front of that number that's next to the parentheses, that's what's getting distributed with it. So you're distributing negative 2 here and negative 2 there. So we're left with 3. Negative 2 times 9 is negative 18. Negative 2 times 2m is negative 4m equals, and then on the other side, this just gets brought down to m. Now we have some simplifying we can do. Before I even mess with the m's, I like to just simplify both sides of the equation as much as I can. 3 minus 18, those can be combined. 3 minus 18 is negative 15. So I have negative 15 minus 4m equals m. Since I have the constant, the negative 15 on this side already by itself, the constant, the number by itself, the number that doesn't have any variables next to it, no letters next to it. Since it's already there, it's already alone, I'm going to move the m to the other side of the equation. So I'm going to do the inverse operation. The inverse of negative 4m is to add 4m. Add 4m to both sides. Negative 15 equals m plus 4m. That's 1m plus 4m, that's 5m. So I have negative 15 equals 5m. To get m by itself, this is 5 times m. The inverse of multiplication is division, so we're going to divide both sides by 5. Negative 15 divided by 5, that's negative 3. Negative 3 is equal to m. That is the answer, negative 3. This next problem looks very similar to the problem we just did. So if you want, you can pause this video right now, do it on a piece of paper so you can check yourself for understanding. That would be a good choice here. Or you can just follow along and listen to me as I go here. I'm going to do 2 more problems. Are we distributing what? What are we distributing here? We're distributing a negative 2 across these parentheses. So we end up with 3 getting brought down. Negative 2 times b is negative 2b. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4 equals, and then this side of the equation just gets brought down. Same thing I did on the problem before. Before I even start balancing the equation, I like to simplify both sides of the equation first. Here I can combine like terms. On the left side here, this 3 and this 4 can be combined. So I have negative 2b, 3 plus 4 is 7. Plus 7, I basically just move this 3 over inside with that 4 combined. Equals 2 minus 7b. This is where I like to strategically think, do I want to add 7b here, or do I want to add 2b there? And so far in all my videos, I've been purposely making all my coefficients positive. It doesn't matter, all right? So in this case, I'm gonna add 2b, all right? I'm gonna make my coefficients negative, just to show you how it doesn't matter. If I add 2b here, these cancel each other out, right? The inverse of having negative 2b is to add 2b. The 7 gets brought down, so we have 7 equals 2, negative 7b plus 2b. Negative 7 plus 2 is negative 5b. We have our variables on this side, right? We have the b right here, which is what we're trying to isolate all by itself. So we need to get this constant to go away, this 2. So the inverse is to take it away, subtract 2 from both sides. 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 equals not just 5b, but negative 5b. That comes down with it. And this is why it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, because now instead of just dividing by 5, I'm dividing by a negative 5. But that's okay. We can divide by negative numbers. Divide both sides by negative 5. Not a big deal. Those cancel each other out, leaving us with 1b equals 5 divided by negative 5. That's negative 1. So the answer is negative 1. And here we go. We got one more problem that I'm going to do on this video. Distributing. Okay, I'm distributing this 2 across parentheses here. The left side, I'm just going to bring it down. 10p minus 3 equals 2 times 12, that is 24. 2 times 4p, that is positive 8p, minus 7. The minus 7 just gets brought down. It's not inside the parentheses, so it's not getting multiplied by the 2. It just gets brought down. I can combine some like terms on this side. So I have 10p minus 3 equals 8p. I'm just going to bring that down, but I'm going to combine my 24 and my negative 7. 24 minus 7 is 17. So I combined like terms with the 24 and the negative 7. I'm going to balance my equation here, start getting my variables all on one side, minus 8p on both sides. So if I get rid of this 8p on that side, on this side here, 10p minus 8p, that is 2p, minus 3, and on this side we're left with the 17 getting brought down. We want to get the p by itself, so before I can get this by itself, we've got to get rid of this constant. Inverse operation is to add 3 to both sides. 2p equals 17 plus 3, that is 20. 2 times p, we want to get p by itself, so we do the inverse operation, which is to divide by 2 on both sides, and we get p equals 20 divided by 2 is 10. P equals 10. All right, so the main purpose of this section in Khan Academy is to really assess how are you doing with the distributive property, but also after that, combine like terms, balancing the equation with variables on both sides. So this is really the meat and potatoes of Algebra 1, solving equations. If you can do this, for the Algebra 1 level, you got solving equations down. And as we move forward throughout the year, really it doesn't get too much more difficult than this. You know, you may have fractions and decimals, but this is about as difficult of the steps as we're going to be getting with solving a single equation in Algebra 1. So you should be feeling really good about yourself if you can master this. I hope this helped. Let me know if you need some more support.